her handbag. He's got even more to worry about tonight in Emmerdale at 7 o'clock here on ITV1. Right now, though, he'll be Chris Tarrant's Great Pretender.
Honest, trustworthy. But looks can be deceptive, because for the next hour,
99% of the time, she gets what she wants.
You can't trust him as far as you can throw him.
they're prepared to do whatever it takes.
And he just looked a really bad actor.
Put the knife in sometimes before they do it to you.
To become the Great Pretender. Hello and welcome to The Great Pretender, where the only way to be a winner is to pretend that you're a loser. 6 players are about to have their general knowledge put to the test, but what makes this show different is that they won't be told whether the answers they give are right or wrong. They'll have to try and work out who is winning. And whoever does come out on top will discover that winning counts for absolutely nothing on this show unless they can conceal their success from everybody else. Only then can they become a great pretender. Let's meet today's contenders. We've got Gail Russell from Bracknell in Berkshire, who is a dog trainer and animal behaviourist. Matt Slee, a civil servant from Wiltshire, who says he can manipulate any situation. Pete Callan, a holiday coordinator from the Isle of Wight, who says he can be very sneaky. Marcus Evans from Essex, who used to work for the Ministry of Defence and is now a barman and writer and claims to be a good interrogator. Dulcie McClary from Buckinghamshire, who works in PR and has a suspicious nature. And Suzanne Boyd, a secretary from Liverpool, who says she always gets her own way. Our 6 wannabe pretenders are about to face a number of questions on a whole range of subjects, but only you at home will know whether they've got the answers right or wrong. Oh, and just to add to their problems, during the course of the show, players can be voted off the game if the others think they're doing too well. So the strategy is simple. As soon as you start playing, start pretending. Right, good luck everybody. Let's play round 1, where every correct answer puts £75 in the prize pot. This round is all about children's animal stories. Starting with you, Gail. In Charlotte's Web, what type of creature is Wilbur?
Pig.
Matt, which country does Paddington Bear come from?
England.
Pete, which monster has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws?
It's one of the it's one of the elephants. Ellie.
Marcus, who plays the title character in the 2003 film The Cat in the Hat?
I think that's Mike Myers.
Dulcie, who sleeps at the table during the Mad Hatter's tea party?
The Dormouse.
Suzanne, what do the letters in Roald Dahl's children's book, the BFG, stand for?
Big friendly giant.
Now, only you at home know for certain who got their questions right or wrong. The players don't know, and I don't know at this stage. Gail, you're looking kind of worried. How does animal behaviour compare to human behaviour?
Dogs have facial expressions and body postures that give things away the same as people do.
So do you think humans can be trained the same as animals?
You can use the same principles. I've done it with my kids.
Well, they have little bowls for their supper and things. Matt, your son says you're very clumsy.
Guilty as charged, Chris, I'm afraid. I think I'm physically clumsy, but I'd like to think I'm reasonably astute when it comes to putting 2 and 2 together and hopefully making 4 rather than 5.
Your wife's a psychologist.
She is. Been with her now for nearly 10 years, so I think a few of her techniques have rubbed off on me, I'd like to think. So I'm pretty good at sussing people out now.
We should find out. Suzanne, you say you're cunning because you're female.
Well,
Are all females cunning?
we don't like to admit it, but I think we can be. Yeah.
Does that mean all men are stupid?
Yeah.
Okay. What's this about you always getting your own way?
Yeah, 99% of the time, yeah.
How do you do that?
Through the tears, tantrums, yeah, I can sweat it out.
We'll talk to the other three in a few minutes. Round 2 is a doubles round. Now, it means there's double the cash available for 2 correct answers. You'll each be given 2 celebrities, and I want you to tell me in which country they were born, okay? Each answer is worth 75 quid, so there's £900 available in this round. This time, Matt, we'll start with you. Paris Hilton.
USA.
Russell Crowe.
New Zealand.
Pete. Kylie Minogue.
Australia.
Gianni Versace.
Italy.
Marcus. Björk.
Iceland.
Penelope Cruz.
Think Brazil.
Dulcie. Kirite Kanawa.
Japan.
Scarlett Johansson.
Germany.
Suzanne. Shilpa Shetty.
India.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Switzerland.
Gail. Placido Domingo.
Italy.
Vanessa Paradis.
France.
Now, purely for you viewers at home, not for us, including me here in the studio, this is the current state of play and a chance to see which of our 6 players has answered the most questions correctly so far. Dulcie, you say working in PR, you sometimes have to be creative with the truth. What does that mean?
It's more a case of just elaborating.
You say you're a good judge of character, but you're naturally very suspicious.
Yes. I tend to be able to gauge people when I meet them. I tend to be able to, whether or not they're a good sort or somebody that I shouldn't trust. A bit streetwise, I'd say.
Marcus, I mean, you look quite a young guy, but you say you're a strong interrogator. Now, where have you learnt that?
Well, I did do a bit of work for the MOD, but not really much. I was kind of temping there. But mostly it's just kind of when I've been travelling. I've done a lot of travelling. And when you meet people for the first time, you've got to decide quickly whether you want to put your trust in them or not.
Do you feel like everybody here is very shifty?
Well, they're bound to be shifty. That's the point of the game. They're here to win some money, and they'll all be willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
Pete, you told us you don't mind dropping your friends in it. Why would you do that, Peter?
They're only going to do it to you, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's a question of, you know, put the knife in sometimes before they do it to you. So, you know, and at the end of the day, you're only thinking of the wife and family at home.
Do you have any friends left?
Well, I've got a few. I've worked with a good team for now.
Right. You've seen them. What do you make of them? It's time for the first elimination vote. It's your chance to get rid of one opponent and send them off with nothing but their bus fare home. If you do successfully eliminate, the value of each question will then be doubled for the next round. So who do you think has made a really good start? Who do you think could well be a possible threat later? Have a good look round. Is there a pretender among you already? Right, all lock in your first possible elimination vote now. So 6 contestants, all in danger of losing their place in the game. Find out who survives after the break. Don't go away.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
Taking glucosamine? Great news.
Meltdown.
New glucosamine meltdown. Melts in the mouth with a delicious orange flavour. Glucosamine meltdown. Pass it on.
You've switched to good habits to save energy, so don't waste it. A Bosch AAA rated dishwasher heats only the exact amount of water needed. Unique spray arms deliver water efficiently, showering your dishes. And used with Finish Quantum, you achieve incredible cleaning results every time. Bosch and Finish, helping you do your bit.
I love you. In the pursuit of excellence, there is always room for improvement. It's the same for my hair color. Excellence Creme from L'Oreal is now even better. This little comb is big news. Why? It's easier to apply, giving you even color from root to tip. My color looks truly natural. As for its famous protection, now there's even more. My hair is conditioned, it feels so soft. And not a gray in sight. New improved Excellence Creme from L'Oreal Paris. I love you. It's the hair color that makes me feel younger. We're worth it.
Both scoring goals for fun. Now they're ready to fire a warning to the rest of Europe. Arsenal at Sevilla and Man United versus Sporting Lisbon. It should be a goal fest. The Champions League, Man United versus Sporting Lisbon, live tonight at 7:30 on ITV1.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
Welcome back to The Great Pretender. We're just 2 rounds in, and already one of these 6 players could be eliminated from the game. Now, just for you at home, here's a reminder of who has answered the most questions correctly so far. Everyone's voted for the person they think is the greatest threat. Now, if one person gets more votes than anybody else, they will be shown the door and very little mercy. OK, let's reveal how they voted. Gail, who did you vote to eliminate?
I voted for Dulcie.
Why?
And you know, I think she's very clever at giving this expression that is just happy-go-lucky, but you know, I think there's more to her than meets the eye.
Suzanne, who have you voted to get rid of?
I voted for Marcus.
Why Marcus?
He just seems to be very good at bluffing, and as he says, he's good with his words, and I think he can blind us with science, so...
So he has to go?
Yeah.
OK. Marcus?
I have voted for Suzanne.
Suzanne.
You know, 99% of the time, she gets what she wants. I just feel maybe this should be 1 in 100 that she doesn't.
OK, so far it's 3 votes, each for a different person. Don't forget that only 2 votes could be enough to get one of you eliminated. Matt?
Well, Chris, I've gone for Pete.
Pete?
Well, not only has he proved he's a very sneaky bloke, and you can't trust him as far as you can throw him, I think he's quite an intelligent fella as well. I think some of the hesitation among there was quite contrived. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's a threat.
Who have you voted for?
I went for Gail.
Why Gail?
Because she's got a hidden agenda, and I reckon, when, you know, in the later rounds, she would definitely be a threat. She's got to go now.
She's got to go now. Wow, the way it's shaped, actually, only Matt is guaranteed not to be eliminated. The others of you, if there is one more vote for any of you, you're out of here. So, Dulcie, who did you vote to get rid of?
I voted for Pete. And the reason I voted for Pete is I find him very, very difficult to read. His face is so closed that I just think he could be a threat later on.
Pete, how do you feel?
Well, I'm really disappointed.
Well, I can tell you at home, and I can tell you here in the studio, Pete, at that point, was one of the leading scorers. So you did use your votes wisely, and you did eliminate a possible threat. Sorry, Pete, but I'm afraid for you, the pretending is over. Right, let's carry on with round 3, and because you got rid of Pete, it does mean that the correct answer is now worth £150. 5 of you left, another elimination vote just 2 rounds away. Now, if you don't want to join Pete, remember your best form of defence is pretense. The next round will be a real test for you. It's fingers on buzzers, and it may well be if you're too bold with your buzzer, it could cost you your place in the game. Let's play. I will describe a number of inventors, and I want you to tell me who it is I'm talking about. Here we go. He was born in Scotland. His inventions include a type of metal detector. He made the first ever telephone call to his assistant saying, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." Suzanne.
Was that Alexander Graham Bell?
Next question. He was French and lived in the 19th century. In 1999, an asteroid was named after him. His invention has been adapted into almost every language in the world. He was blind from an early... Dulcie.
Braille.
Next question. They were 2 brothers. They're... Marcus.
The Wright brothers.
In his native America, his birth date is designated as National Inventors Day. Mickey Rooney played him in a 1940 film about his early life. He created the first industrial research laboratory. He is considered to be one of the most prolific inventors in history. His inventions include the phonograph, the light bulb. Matt.
Is that Edison?
Next question. This man is a Hungarian inventor who started out as an architect. In 1974, he invented a mechanical puzzle that became one of the world's biggest. Gail.
Rubik Cube.
Now, for you at home only, here's how that round affected the leaderboard. Right, here we go. Round 4, music round. You'll each be played a song relating to religion, and I want you to tell me the artist performing it, okay? Marcus, start with you. Who's this?
'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith.
Is it Freddie Mercury?
Dulcie, your turn. Who's this?
I think that's Boy George.
Suzanne.
Madonna.
Gail.
The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher.
I'm going to say Sandy Shaw, but I don't think it's right.
Matt.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
I can picture him. R.E.M.
Right, once again, purely for the benefit of you at home, here's the latest state of play, and a chance to see exactly who's in the lead at this moment. Gail, how are you feeling?
I'm not getting enough questions right, I don't think, Chris, to be honest.
Have you got now a strong contender to get rid of, you think?
Yes, very strong.
I can't wait to find out. Matt, is it tougher than you expected?
I'm starting to get a clearer picture now. I've got a pecking order of people I can trust and more to them I can't trust.
Marcus, how do you feel you're doing?
The problem is quite a lot of people are umming and erring and throwing their answers. Or maybe not throwing their answers, but at least leaving a gap in between who they think it is.
Right, time for the second elimination. If one of you receives more votes than the rest, you go. You join Pete, and the value of the remaining questions will double. So who do you want to send packing? Take a look at the person next to you. Your second chance to get rid of one other player. All lock in your votes, please, now. OK, the votes are all cast. There's no going back on your decision. Gail?
It's Marcus. And do you know why it's Marcus?
No, but you're going to tell me.
There is no way that guy didn't know that that song Faith was by George Michael. I'm sorry, that was a real throw question that he did there.
Marcus?
Honestly, I was born in 1983. I have no idea that was George Michael.
Who did you vote to get rid of?
Well, I may have made a mistake now, but I did vote to get rid of Suzanne.
Why Suzanne? She's so sweet.
Well, she was the first one to buzz in on the buzz around. She got it in at the off. I thought she hoped to slip under the radar to do so. But I noticed her doing it, slamming the button, getting in. She probably knew the rest of the answers, but she hedged her bet so she didn't get voted out.
Suzanne?
I voted for Marcus. Everyone knows George Michael. And sorry, but that one just threw it.
So, 2 for Marcus, 1 for Suzanne. Dulcie?
I voted for Gail.
For Gail?
Yes. She's got a very closed face. I think she knows everything. I think she's got every question right so far. And she voted for me last time.
Well, Marcus, you know what this means, mate? It does mean that you just have to hope and pray that Matt has voted for Suzanne or Gail. Otherwise, you are history. Matt?
Well, I voted for Suzanne.
So, Marcus, you're still here. Suzanne, you're still here. And nobody is eliminated. The voting split, so it's a bit of a wasted opportunity, really. Right, it means you 5 carry on. Round 5, and because you failed to eliminate anybody, the money still stays at £150. Now, this round, all the answers are around the subject of pubs and bars. And we start with you, Dulcie. Which television soap features the Woolpack?
Emmerdale.
Suzanne, the famous Harry's Bar opened in 1931 in which Italian city?
Rome.
Gail. One of the most common pub names is the Red what?
Lion?
Matt. Who owns the Café Americain in the film Casablanca?
Billy.
Marcus, last question. Which American sitcom was set in a Boston bar owned by Sam Malone?
Cheers.
Right, just 1 round left to play. Here are the latest scores. Right, last round then, guys. Another doubles round. 2 possible answers for double the money. Chance to boost the bank before the end of the questions. I'll give you each the name of 2 autobiographies, and I want you to tell me who wrote each one. Suzanne, start with you. Reaching for the Moon.
Robbie Williams.
Learning to Fly.
Really don't know. Jerry Halliwell.
Gail. Losing My Virginity.
God.
Madonna, I've got no idea.
My Wicked, Wicked Ways.
Barbara Windsor.
Matt. Welcome to My World.
Anton Deck.
1966 and all that.
Jeff Hurst.
Marcus, Stand and Deliver.
Adam and the Ants? What, Adam? From Adam and the Ants?
Greavesy.
Probably Peter Greaves.
Dulcie. The Sound of Laughter.
Peter Kay?
You Cannot Be Serious.
Oh, what's his face? What's his name? McEnroe, John McEnroe.
Right, for the benefit of you at home only, here are the final scores. That means we have a tie. Now, 2 or more of you have the same score. To find today's winner, we have a tie-break question that you must all answer, but of course the only answer that matter actually are those from the players involved in the tie. The closest to the correct answer is today's winner. Here's the question. What was the official attendance figure for the 2007 Glastonbury Festival? Please enter your answer into your keypad now. Okay, answers all locked in? Gail, did you get it spot on?
I've just gone for 250,000. I've got no idea.
Matt?
I've guessed at 82,050.
Marcus?
I've chosen 100,001.
Dulcie?
I've gone for 13,500.
Suzanne?
I think I've overestimated the size of the field. I've put 300,000.
For the benefit of you at home, here is the correct answer. Now, I can tell you all there is now a clear winner, and it's up to the rest of you to work out who it is. I'm going to send you off to the waiting room where you have the freedom to give each other the full 3rd degree. You will be called back individually to be told how you've done, and I will be telling one of you that you have scored the most points, and of course it is then up to you to keep it secret from everybody else if you want to become today's great pretender and walk away with the prize money, which today stands at 2,925 quid. Good luck. Oh yes, and remember, we will all be watching.
Right, well, the way I see it is, I deliberately threw the last questions. Bobby Greaves, who's Bobby Greaves? Adam and the Ants. I already got Faith wrong, because I didn't know that was the... George Michael? I didn't know that was the answer, so I clearly can't.
No, I completely disagree. I think you are a real strong contender for this. I really do.
Well, a certain amount of confusion amongst them, but the players will soon be told whether they won or lost, and one of them must look me in the eye and tell me a bare-faced lie. That's all still to come. Don't go away.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
Once there was a gnome who had the best job in the world. He was in charge of all kisses. But every year he had to dispose of all leftover kisses at the well of riddance. Until a mistletoe fairy whispered, "What a waste." So the gnome had an idea. He made all the leftover kisses into mistletoe kisses and sprinkled them far and wide. Mistletoe kisses from Galaxy.
Why don't you think about your current account today? I said think. Here's what I gotta say. Push your interest rate up high.
60 times more interest makes your money multiply.
Get extra.
Switch to the Halifax High Interest Current Account and get 6% credit interest.
Big eyes, high impact. Max Factor introduce new Masterpiece Max. The appearance of up to 400% volume with high definition. Think big, think beautiful. Harper's Bazaar says for full-on, long-lasting, clump-free lashes, you can't get better than this. New Masterpiece Max from Max Factor.
The KFC Big Night In bucket. Original recipe chicken, mini fillets, large sides, onion rings, fries, a drink and donuts. Staying in is the new going out.
Just because it is wrong to, that don't mean I don't long to. Maybe I shouldn't got to, but I just got to. From the time when the gay senorita got to boom, patcha, boom, patcha. Hey, what happened to the band? From the time when
Baileys and Ice. Shake it.
Patcha, boom, patcha, boom.
My bank keeps trying to sell me car insurance. I'm confused.com.
My supermarket said they can... Car insurance. I'm confused.com.
The world and his missus are trying to sell me car insurance. I'm confused.com.
You don't need to bother working out who's got the best deal for you.
Because confused.com do it for you.
And could save you money.
Confused.com compares loads of prices, so you can tell who could really save you money.
You could save money with confused.com.
After Vicks Sinex Soother, you can wake up and smell not just the coffee, but the world.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
So before a blocked nose ruins your day, let Vicks Sinex Soother help unblock your nose and soothe your sinuses.
There's nothing new when I won't.
Vicks, we start with solutions, not problems.
Mum's sick. Lucy's having a sleepover.
Who'd like to do some surfing?
Yeah, great. Here we go. Who wants to choose a film? Yeah? Right, there are hundreds. Lovely.
Do you want to call your mum?
Now BT Total Broadband includes BT Vision with its very own digital TV recorder. To get a more complete broadband package, call 0800 317 316.
Coming up on London Tonight, some train fares into London are set to rocket in the new year. We've a special report.
The campaign is on to get the capital's rickshaws licensed.
And we'll be on the red carpet with Jasmine for the premiere of the Christmas blockbuster, The Golden Compass.
Plus the rest of the day's news at 6 o'clock.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
Welcome back to The Great Pretender. For you at home, here's another reminder of the final state of play. For the players, only one question remains. Who is the Great Pretender? They don't know, and at this moment, nor do I. But that is all about to change.
And we're talking about Glastonbury. We're talking about how many fields have they got at Glastonbury, how many stages? I have no idea, because I'm just not a festival person.
Questions of the quiz.
Gail.
Chris.
Welcome to my little peaceful world. How is it in there?
Somebody thinks it's me, but I genuinely don't believe it's me, actually, because the book questions threw me completely. Madonna, I've got no idea. Barbara Windsor.
When you went Red Lion...
Lion?
I'm sorry, that was...
Was it really hammy?
Was it really
very,
hammy?
very hammy? Oh, no, I haven't, but nobody's mentioned it.
Well, I have.
Nobody has picked up on that
Well,
at
that's
all.
good. You could be the Great Pretender.
I would be very surprised, Chris.
Come on then, put in your chip,
Oh.
and on my side of your screen, it will tell me whether or not you are the Great Pretender. Gail, you are not the Great Pretender.
Shucks.
Who is it?
I would say Marcus or Dulcie.
Well, then the only way you're going to get any money is to convince the others to get rid of whoever the Great Pretender is. Okay, back you go.
Thank
Get busy.
you.
I'm not convinced with Gail, you know. I'm really not convinced with Gail.
See, I am. Yeah, just everything about her right from the start. She walks in confidently, she sits there confidently, she answers confidently, you know,
she
and
knows what to say.
Yeah, and you know, the few that I've sort of...
Here she comes.
You're next.
It's me.
You're going.
Thank you very much.
But the point is, unfortunately, we've all got to decide on something.
Yeah, so, come on then.
No.
You sure?
I wasn't. I absolutely swear I am not the Great Pretender.
Hiya.
Hello, Chris.
Much quieter in here.
It is, isn't it?
Which way are they split at the moment?
I think suspicion isn't so much on Suzanne, which I'm a little bit concerned about. I think I need to put forward her case a little bit more.
Did you throw any answers?
I know Paddington Bear's from Peru. England. I thought by answering an easy question stupidly wrong, people would deflect their attention from me, and it worked.
What else did you bluff on?
Billy. Not so much bluffing, but the ones I didn't know, I gave stupid answers.
You probably played quite a shrewd old game.
The fact is, no one has really pointed the finger at me yet.
There was a couple of questions where I'm convinced he knew the answers, although I didn't. And he was sort of like sitting back and sort of like, you know, umming and ahhing, and he just looked a really bad actor.
I'm not really the centre of attention in that waiting room at the moment.
So do you think you could be the Great Pretender?
I've got a chance, I think.
Put your chip in, and I can tell you from this side of your screen whether or not you are the Great Pretender. Matt, you are not the Great Pretender.
Never mind.
Right, who do you think it is?
If I had to stick my neck out now, I would say Marcus.
So let's finish talking about Matt just before he comes back in.
Okay.
Honestly, do you think he got enough right?
I knew it was something like that.
He said he got enough.
Look.
Marcus next.
Here he comes.
Okay.
I'll see. I'm going to give the chance to grill him.
Is it you?
I've got to say, I'm absolutely gutted it's not me. I thought I might be with a chance, but it's not me.
It's not you?
It's not me.
You sure?
Hi, Marcus.
Hello, Chris.
How do you think you've done?
I honestly don't think I won. I think it's probably Gail.
I absolutely swear I am not the Great Pretender.
Everyone's going to do the initial line when they come in. Oh, it's not me. I would hate for you to lose the money.
Did you truthfully throw any questions or pretend not to know things that you actually knew all the time?
Adam and the ants? What, Adam? From Adam and the ants? I thought I'd thrown the stand and deliver question, but as it turned out, I might have been right anyway. Well, I did deliberately throw the Greaves question. Probably Peter Greaves? The George Michael one, honestly, I did not know the answer. Is it Freddie Mercury? I was hoping I'd thrown enough that they wouldn't think it was me, but evidently we're having a bit of a debate in there.
It's interesting to see how he came in and he was at it straight away. He was the first one in there.
Very defensive,
He likes to get it. He got his first question in.
Yes,
quickly,
he was
didn't
controlling a little, wasn't he?
Do you think you're the Great Pretender?
No.
Put in the chip. Marcus, you are the Great Pretender.
Ah, pardon me, sorry.
No. Now what are you going to do?
Just go in, say it was Gail, see what happens.
And the important bit, I think, is the first moment you walk straight back in that room now.
Yeah.
You're going to hack it?
See how it goes.
Okay, lots of luck.
Thanks, Chris.
We need to be on him like a pack of wolves.
Am I the only one that thinks he looks like Harry Potter? I can't be the only one. I have no idea.
Here he comes.
Guarantee, honestly, but we're all going to say this anyway, it wasn't me. I promise you it wasn't me. And the next person to go out of the room is Dulcie.
See you in a minute.
I still think it's you. So I'm the last one.
No, Marcus.
Hi, Dulcie, you look a bit battered.
It's
getting
quite
kind of,
intense in there, isn't it?
What do you think tactically you did wrong and what did you do right?
I don't know. I've played the game as well as I could play the game.
Did you deliberately throw any? Kirite Kanawa.
Japan. But it sounds Japanese. Is it not Japanese?
Kirite Kanawa, that well-known Japanese artist.
No, honestly, completely genuine. I am that stupid.
You sort of had a last-minute spurt with
I did. I got very lucky towards the end, yeah. Peter Kay? McEnroe, John McEnroe.
Now, when you got to the tie-break...
I've gone for 13,500.
You did seem to throw an extraordinarily low number.
In my mind, I had 135,000, and that was what I was going to put in. And then I had my little husband in my ear going, you're too high, you're too high, you're too high. So I just went low. But I don't think I was in the tie-break anyway, so I really don't think that that's going to be my downfall. If it is, I'm gutted.
Now, which ones do you think other people definitely threw?
Matt, when he, the REM question, he definitely knew that one, and you could see he did.
REM.
I'm not surprised his wife could read him like a book. I've known him 2 minutes and I knew he was bluffing.
Do you think there's any chance it could be you?
No.
Put in your chip and we'll get the result. And it'll come up on my screen first. Dulcie.
Yes.
You are not the great pretender. Which is no surprise to you at all.
No surprise to me whatsoever.
Who is it?
It's either Gail or Marcus. I've got a feeling it could be Marcus, but Gail's not out of my radar. But Matt could have sneaked in under. Poor Suzanne, I rolled out early on, but it could be Suzanne. It's one of these five.
Oh, well done.
I'm 100% convinced that Dulcie was in the tie-break. I'm absolutely 100% sure that she was one of the great pretenders going into the tie-break.
Yeah,
but
then again, how'd it go, Dulcie?
It went fine, but no great surprises. I'm not the great pretender. So it's between one of you four. Suzanne, your turn. Okay. So yeah.
So I thought it was interesting.
So what did Chris say to you when you came in?
I want to win this money.
Yeah.
I'm pointing the finger of suspicion at you, Dulcie.
Well, you can do, but then we'll all go home with nothing because it's so not me.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hello.
No tears, no tantrums?
No, not yet.
So do you feel quite pleased with how you've done?
Yeah, I think I do.
There is one theory amongst them that you're sort of very quiet and just sneaking under everybody's radar.
I've not written Suzanne off, simply because I thought you were quietly getting them right. I thought you were doing it with minimum fuss.
I think I'm just quiet generally.
Did you have a plan? Most people come here with a strategy.
I don't know what to say about Suzanne. I just don't, because she's the quieter one of all of us, so therefore you tend to sort of
ignore her,
push her away a bit.
I'm not very good at acting. I'm not, you know, I'm just myself, and what you see is what you get.
Are you the great pretender?
I don't think so.
Okay, right. Put in your chip. Suzanne, you are not the great pretender.
Oh, that's even harder now, so I've got to figure out who is.
I thought it was between the two of you, and I can't tell whether it's my gut or my head, but both of them are saying it's Matt. But I don't think that's right. I think it's between the two of you, and I'm so confused. It's unreal.
Me too. Here she comes.
Oh, thank God, the pressure's off.
So?
Definitely, I am not the great pretender. Definitely not.
So Marcus is today's great pretender. All he has to do is somehow conceal that fact, but it's not going to be easy.
I really don't know what I'm going to do now, because I've got to try and somehow hide the fact, and they're going to be on me like hawks. I've said so already. I've got one main competitor, and she's going to absolutely slate me as soon as I come in the room. It's going to be really tough. I'm not sure how it's going to go.
Well, now, you've all had the opportunity to size one another up. There is a pretender amongst you. But which one? Everybody at home knows. I now know. He or she knows, but the rest of you still don't. Watch each other's body language very closely as I ask you in turn to look me squarely in the eye in front of everybody else and tell me you are not the great pretender. One of you will be lying. Gail.
Chris.
Tell me it's not you.
It's not me. And I'm gutted it's not me. But you know what? I'm finding it so difficult to work out who it is.
Matt, tell me you are not the great pretender.
Chris, I can categorically say that I am not the great pretender, unfortunately.
Marcus, tell me it's not you.
Chris, I'm not the great pretender. I wanted that money so I could go travelling next month, but now I'm just going to have to go on my own funds. I'm gutted it's not me. I wish I was the great pretender.
Dulcie.
It's not me, Chris. Part of me is actually relieved that it's not me, because at least I won't have to lie on telly. So the next time my daughter tells a fib, I can look her in the eye and tell her fibs are not good.
Somebody's lying on telly. Suzanne, tell me it's not you.
I am not the great pretender. Definitely not. And I'm a mixture of relief and gutted, really, that it's not me.
If we believe all of you, no one is the great pretender. And we know for sure that that's not true. So one of you is telling such a great, big, shameless whopper. Now, it's not a final vote. We'll come to that. But at this moment, I want you to literally name who you think the Great Pretender is. Gail, name the name.
Matt.
Matt, name the name.
Dulcie.
Marcus.
Matt.
Dulcie.
Matt.
Suzanne.
Matt.
No, it's not me. Come on.
There could still be an extraordinary finish. Don't go away.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
They've gone. Have a look at this, right? BT Vision, Premier League football, Freeview, hundreds of brilliant films, on demand, kids stuff for Dave, and it can all be paused for light refreshments.
What's going on?
BT Total Broadband customers can now get BT Vision with no annual contract. Just call 0800 33 44 22.
Oh, what a glorious thing to be, a healthy, grown-up, busy bee, whiling away the passing hours, pinching all the pollen from the cauliflowers. I'd like to be a busy bee, being just as busy as a bee can be, flying round the garden, the sweetest ever seen, taking back the honey to the dear old queen.
Let the power of nature into your business. Simply switch to Business Easy Green. Greener energy from Eon.
If you like, but won't sting me.
Tesco Mobile. We try to keep things simple. That's why all of our tariffs have a flat rate, so you're always in control of what you're spending. After all, you probably prefer dialing numbers, not calculating them. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
When you've got a cold but you need a good night's sleep, try new Lemsip Max Strength, day and night. Cold and flu relief capsules. Nighttime capsules relieve your symptoms to help allow sleep. So you can wake up refreshed without the groggy feeling and ready to go. And daytime capsules relieve your symptoms, which gives you a boost to be at your best. Lemsip Max Strength, day and night capsules for round-the-clock relief.
1 in 4 women experiences bladder weakness. It's as common as hay fever. But Tenor can help you get on with your life. Now there's new Tenor Lady Mini Magic. It's as discreet as a panty liner, but stays 8 times drier, thanks to its lock-away core. So the only way anyone can tell is if you decide to tell them. For millions of women, the secret is Tenor.
This is new Fibre Shore. It's 100% vegetable fibre, and it dissolves completely in water. New Fibre Shore. Just add water and smile inside.
Hey, Mama, it's our second honeymoon. We have to go, eh?
I thought we'd have a taste of Tuscany before we got there. It's my new sauce made with the sun-ripened tomatoes, Chianti wine, and aromatic herbs.
I wonder if sauces are this good in Tuscany, eh? Hey, let's just... Today Tuscany, tomorrow Rome, and then...
My new taste of Italy sauce.
When is your new day?
Tesco Mobile. Now you can talk to your friends on the very latest top-of-the-range handsets. And when you spend £25 in store, we'll throw in something worth talking about too. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Imagine meeting your identical twin you never knew you had. That's what happened to Elise and Paula, who in 1968 were given up at birth to different families. 35 years later, they discovered each other and the truth that they were part of an experiment separating identical twins. Tomorrow on GMTV.
Get comfortable with Dreams, Britain's favourite bed specialist.
Welcome back to the final part of The Great Pretender. At this stage, 4 of our remaining contestants think Matt is the Great Pretender. Matt, why are they all going for you?
I don't know where that's come from, Chris, because Gail voiced her suspicions earlier on in the waiting room that it was me. all of those three didn't. So I think there's a few bandwagon jumpers over there.
Yeah, but hang on, if you are the
jumper.
Great Pretender, you would be coming out with all the stuff you're coming out with now. What else would he or she be doing?
I wish I was the Great Pretender, Chris, but honestly, I'm not.
Gail, you think it's him, but if you're wrong, you're going home with nothing at all.
But I just keep studying him. And he went red. He flushed a minute ago. I saw him go a little bit pink.
You're a terrifying woman to sit next to, that's why.
No.
He's terrifying.
I know body language too, Gail. I'm married to a psychologist.
Well, Marcus, you're very quiet. Well, it's not like you. It's the first time you've been quiet all show.
I was listening to them. But what got me, my point is, that when he got asked, was he the Great Pretender, you looked him in the eye and he stuttered and he stumbled a little bit and he looked a bit confused. When everyone else has been quite honest, up straight, you know, I'm not the Great Pretender, even if they are.
Suzanne is still sitting there like butter wouldn't melt. She said virtually nothing the entire programme, and she could have got away with the whole thing.
She could, in which case we'd be really angry.
Even more angry.
Chris,
Angrier than angry.
She was sitting there, as you said, very quietly, answering her questions correctly. The Madonna question...
Everyone has admitted, well, most people have admitted to throwing questions.
Right, listen. You've got to make your mind up. Today's Great Pretender is just minutes away, literally minutes away, from walking away with 2,925 quid. It's nearly time for that critical final vote, and your last chance to convince the others you're right. If you all vote for the same person and get it wrong, the Pretender will go home with the cash. If you can't agree, the Pretender will go home with the cash. The only way you losers can become winners is by successfully unmasking the Pretender. The votes cast must be all against one person. You've got 60 seconds from now to convince each other to agree on one particular format. Go.
You barked at the wrong tree. It is definitely not me.
Chris is right. We have to make a decision. Shall we just see who we all think it is? Or at least say what our suspicions are, and then...
OK, I'm still with either you or Matt.
Yeah. See, I think it's Gail, because Matt is all over the place. He's blaming all of us, whereas he quite easily had that
because it's not me. You're wasting your time voting for me. Honestly, I promise you.
I've always said it was Gail or Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying it's you, but I don't think it has been.
It's not me. It's not me.
Because he's gone.
It's not me. If you honestly, if you vote for me, you've lost it.
You've got 30 seconds left.
Marcus's tiebreak was the closest of all.
Yeah, but I honestly don't believe I got there. I believe I got some questions wrong. And I've always thought it was between you two. It's difficult.
I promise you it's not me.
It could be Marcus, I don't know.
I mean, originally my gut instinct was Gail.
15 seconds, you've got to agree.
I really think it's Gail.
Well, should we go with Gail?
My wife is a psychologist. My wife's a psychologist. I know body language. It's Dulcie.
5 seconds left before you vote.
You're wasting your time. It's Dulcie. Do not vote for me. You're wasting your time.
Time's up. Oh, what do you like? Right, serious business then. This is it. Who do you think is today's Pretender? You must agree and vote all together on one person, or the Pretender will definitely go away with all the money. Lock in your votes, please, now. Okay, no going back. Right, Gail, who have you voted for?
Matt.
Matt, who have you voted for?
Dulcie.
Marcus, who have you voted for?
Matt.
Dulcie, who have you voted for?
Matt.
Suzanne, who have you voted for?
Matt.
So, Matt, everybody going for you. Show me. Are you the Great Pretender? He is not the Great Pretender.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Look at your faces. He is not the Great Pretender. And you knew. That must be so frustrating. You knew it wasn't you, and they're all going,
I told them they're wasting their time. They just won't listen to me.
Oh, they've got all the money.
It does mean the Great Pretender goes home with all the cash.
It's her,
and the rest
isn't
of you
it?
go home with absolutely nothing. Who do you think it is, Matt?
I'll stick with my assertions, all right. I think it's Dulcie.
Dulcie, are you the Great Pretender? Dulcie is not the Great Pretender. They have got away with it.
It's got.
Everybody at home knows. I know. Will the Great Pretender please now show the rest of you who he or she is?
Are you serious?
Are you serious? He is so serious. You are a Great Pretender, and you got right away with it.
They thought it was me in the room as well.
I can't believe I did that.
You look gutted.
You were certain it was me.
Gutted.
For the last hour.
You've done well. You managed to be a winner and convince everyone else that, in fact, you're a loser. The cash is all yours.
Sorry,
well
guys.
done. And that's about it. They're going to have a bun fight behind me. Join me next time to see if somebody can answer a whole pile of questions correctly and then pretend that they really didn't do very well at all on the show where your greatest defence is pretense. From all of us on The Great Pretender, goodbye.